The Gaming Commission is preparing to set about 600 slot machines ablaze. Well, the slot or jackpot machines were told are illegal ones confiscated by the Gaming Commission. JoyNews Maxwell Agbagba is at the Gaming Commission and is joining us live. Good morning to you, Maxwell. Maxwell, good morning.
I'm sure you find them sometimes, in your communities. Sometimes when you step out to town, you see children gathered around it. Sometimes, playing their own games and all of that. Well, these are illegal slot machines, and the Gaming Commission, the authorities here, are going to destroy them. Should we go? We are currently here at the premises of the Gaming Commission here at East Legon. Well, what you're seeing here packed onto this track, these are some slot machines. I'm sure you find them sometimes, in your communities. Sometimes when you step out to town, you see children gathered around it. Sometimes, playing their own games and all of that. Well, these are illegal slot machines, and the Gaming Commission, the authorities here, are going to destroy them in Sawam today. We want to find out the motive behind this and why we would want to destroy all of these slot machines. I have with me here the Commissioner of the Gaming Commission, Mr. Peter Mreku. He's going to tell us more about these slot machines. Mr. Mreku, you're welcome to JoyNews.
Thank you. Good morning.
Great. So tell us, why are you going to destroy these slot machines?
Well, that's part of the curbing down illegal operators in the country. Our monitoring team has been around, and we've seized all these machines to destroy them. We're looking at sanitizing the whole gaming industry in the country. And if you have these illegal operators operating without the knowledge of the Commission, and of course operating machines such as this, we need to get rid of you. Yeah.
But I want to find out what makes them illegal. How are you able to distinguish that this is illegal, this is legal? What's the difference?
Well, the difference is we've got... you should be registered with us. They said the requirements that you need to go through to register with the Gaming Commission if you want to operate any games of chance in this country. We found out that these operators or whoever are manning these machines are not registered with us. Okay. And by law, you're an illegal operator. So if our operation team, the monitoring team goes around, we check us against our records that we have. Okay. If we find out that you're not part of us, we confiscate the machine. Okay. Yeah.
So for the legal operators, for those who have been licensed to operate, and what sort of contribution do they make to the Gaming Commission?
Well, the contribution they make, well, fine. The legal ones have got their legal fees that they pay to the Commission, they pay to the government too as well, and it's basically monetary contributions to the government. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the issues people are raising about some of these slot machines. I mean, if you walk through some communities here in Accra, usually the slum areas, you find lots of children, playing around them. Sometimes for time that they're supposed to be spending in class, you find them, playing some of these games. Isn't that, much of a concern to the Gaming Commission? And what are you doing to stop that also?
Well, it's much of a concern to us. It's much of a concern to us. This is one of the reasons why we're going around to get rid of, especially we start with the illegal ones, and after which we come to those who are registered with us, who are operating these machines with children using it. After we come to that. But what we're doing now is by next year's second quarter, all these machines, we're migrating from an analog system onto a digital platform where we can plug in a central monitoring system to monitor these machines. And going forward, sometime by next year, June, these machines will be a thing of the past, because these machines are all analog machines which are not which are not fit for purpose, you know. So, yeah.
So I think that by digitizing the operations of these slot machines, you'll be able to properly monitor the activities of the, the owners of the slot machine, or what exactly?
Yes, we will be able to. We will be able to control. We will be able to monitor them. Once we digitize the whole system, these machines are not going to be in the system. Going forward, these machines are going to be banned. We are not going to be operating. You're not going to be operating using these machines in this country anymore. It should be digital machines where we can plug in onto our system to monitor. So. Going forward, we wouldn't be having issues with, underage gaming and so forth and so on, because when the monitoring system comes in, we'll be able to check. We'll be able to check who's on. We'll be able to know what you're making, and also if you flout the law, there are penalties to that too.
Would there be a way to check the age of, the patrons who would usually go to use the slot machine? Because the issue, as you acknowledge or admit, has been about, underage gambling. So with this new system in place, you tell me 2018, would you be able to effectively monitor the ages of people who, patronize this machine?
We are rolling out with an age campaign, which sometime in January it is going to start. We are starting in January. Then an age campaign in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Gender and Children, the USAID. We're going with the NCC as well. We're going to be going around and rolling out this campaign throughout the whole year. Of course, with this, when we digitize the whole system, before you go in, you've got to put certain details in, your age and everything. So when we check against what you have on your system and we find out that children have been playing, and it's a responsibility.
And from the premises of the Gaming Commission, Maxwell Agogba bringing to us, the current efforts of the Gaming Commission to make sure they destroy all those money machine slots, or the jackpot machines that we have had around, especially located at bars, etc.